Hudson Valley Weather Senior Forecaster Bill Potter broadcasting to the Hudson Valley through the power of the internet. This is your Wednesday outlook. And what we're going to take a look at today is we're going to take a quick look at the next 24 to 36 hours and then also a look at the long range. Try and see what might be coming down the pipe. Do we have a big pattern change coming, or is it just a blip on the radar? So let's take a look. First thing we're going to start off with is our Wednesday afternoon weather map. What we have is after a beautiful day on Tuesday, just a little bit cold, lots of sunshine, high temperature, I believe right around 50 degrees. So a little bit chilly, but all in all, not terrible. Bit of a change coming on our way on Wednesday, as what we're going to have winds coming out of the southeast, which is going to be an ocean flow, and what that does is that's going to put a decent amount of cloudiness into the lower Hudson Valley. You can also see here on this simulated radar some patchy drizzle showing up. So safe bet to expect cloudy day with some patchy drizzle, maybe a scattered shower, just a damp, raw kind of day. Afternoon highs around 50 degrees, give or take a couple degrees. As we move through Wednesday, expect these conditions to last through Wednesday night into Thursday, and that sets the stage for Thursday. Now, Thursday we're going to have a storm up here in Canada. The major storm that's been in the central U.S. that's now moving up into Canada is going to be dragging a front along with it. Along that front, we're going to have the possibility for showers and even some periods of rain, heavier downpours. So Thursday, as a general rule, you expect to see showers move through during the morning. Those showers should become a steadier rain by mid-late morning. Periods of rain from late morning through the afternoon hours, tapering off overnight. Nothing overly heavy, but in a general, quarter an inch to 3/4 of an inch of rain can be expected from that. So much needed rain. We're still well below average for the year, so this rain will go a long way toward helping, take care of some of those rainfall deficits. So that's the next 2 days, but the big question is, everybody's wondering, is winter ever going to come? November's been about 8 degrees above average. So the question is, are we going to have a winter? Is it ever going to kick in? So this has been the pattern over the course of the last week to 2 weeks, even 3 weeks. The jet stream has been wavy, but this is a pattern we haven't seen a whole lot of over the last few years. Cold and stormy out west. We've had, if you watch the news, we've had major storms, snowstorms with heavy rainfall out in Colorado. California's gotten some much needed rainfall. We've had some severe weather in the central part of the country as you have this cold air diving into this warm air. And the warm air is hesitating to give way, and that cold air undercuts it, so you have a severe weather outbreak in the central part of the country. And then over east, over where the Hudson Valley is, you can just see this flow is all out of the southwest, warm and dry. They had some record-breaking temperatures earlier this month. This has been a very warm pattern. But we're going to see a change this weekend once that storm moves through. This is from Monday, so the storm here is going to ride on out, lift up into Canada, and as it does, it's going to drag a cold front along the boundary. And as that cold front blasts through, you're going to see this air mass just shift to the east, and it's really going to bring a big change to the eastern half of the United States. The west gets a break, and they're going to warm up a little bit and dry out a touch. But what you're going to see some colder air dip into the eastern half of the United States, and you have a couple storms. Most of the storms will end up staying north of us in Canada, but it's just going to be a general shift in the weather pattern. So instead of 50s and 60s, you're going to see 40s on the average for highs and nighttime lows into the mid-20s. Now the big question is going to be, well, what does this translate into for the Hudson Valley? Well, here's your GFS model projected high temperatures on Sunday. 38 in Poughkeepsie, 37 in Newburgh, 32 in Monticello. And those are high temperatures for Sunday. So, people wonder where winter was. About to find out. And overnight lows, this is kind of a shock to the system considering what we've had of late. 28 Poughkeepsie, 25 Newburgh, 21. I wouldn't be surprised if some of these even are a little bit conservative as far as your overnight lows are concerned. So ultimately what we're looking at is a pretty big shift in terms of the weather pattern. I mean, we're going from this to this. It's pretty much the opposite. The question is it going to stick and hold, or is it just going to be a quick shot and then back to this again? And that's going to be the difficult question to answer over the coming weeks. Alex and I are watching it really close. We don't want to jump the gun on this, but you're going to see some shifts back and forth. The pattern will go from one to the next. But ultimately, we think that this pattern is probably a little overdone as far as sticking and holding. It'd probably be a little bit more neutral. So, not quite so cold in the east. But what you'll also have is you'll have ridge set up in Canada, and that's going to allow the southern jet to really become more active. And what that does is that brings storms into the equation, and if you can get some of those storms to ride up the east coast, you get a little bit of cold air to play into it. You can have some nor'easter activity, possibly some big snowstorms. Something we'll have to watch. December is looking a little wild, so wait and see, play it by ear. But those of you who are enjoying all this warmth, don't get too used to it, because the cold is coming. So thank you for watching. Appreciate all the support you show Hudson Valley Weather, and we'll see you back here next time.